Authorities say no other victims have come forward after a former fourth-grade teacher at Rosarian Academy is accused of sex acts with students. News Channel 5's Briann Entin begins our live team coverage with the latest on the investigation. Brian?
We tried speaking with the principal out here today, but we were called back by the school's PR company. They told us that there were counselors on campus today. School here just getting out a couple of hours ago. We know that some concerned parents had the chance to meet with the principal here if they wanted to. Meanwhile, the Department of Children and Families says it started their own investigation. Stephen Budd's arrest is shocking so many, even DCF Regional Director Dennis Miles, who's worked with the agency for years.
When we hear something like this, it just, as a parent, it just shocks the mind that people are capable of this type of behavior. But
emotions aside, DCF is focusing on the two victims.
Really to make sure that the children are safe and looking after the well-being of the kids.
DCF called in after police say Budd allegedly performed sexual acts on two young students at Rosarian Academy during the 2006-2007 school year. According to police reports, the girls say their former teacher rewarded them with Bud Bucks or candy in exchange for sex. No one from the school will talk to us today, but Miles says Rosarian is cooperating with the investigation.
Well, I think the school was appropriate, as far as I know so far, that once they, that they've been very appropriate in their response to what's been alleged.
Rosarian Academy is not sponsored by the Diocese of Palm Beach, but the diocese says Budd was a volunteer at St. Luke Catholic Church in Palm Springs in the late 90s and then taught at St. Francis of Assisi in Riviera Beach up until 2002 before landing a job at Rosarian. The question now, will more victims come forward?
Typically, you would see more victims. There'd be a pattern, but we can't say that for sure in this case. We don't have enough information yet.
The diocese telling us they also sent a crisis response team here to the school today. Now, coming up on News Channel 5 at 6, we're going to take you to the suspect's apartment complex, and you'll hear from the woman who neighbors say lived with him. For now, live in West Palm Beach, Briann Entin, WPTV News Channel 5.